Okay, and what we have learned so far, you know how to analyze, how to understand a problem. Whenever we are asked to write a program to analyze a problem, you need to understand the problem by itself and then analyze it. Then, developing a flowchart, developing an algorithm, understanding how your flowchart works and how to construct a flowchart, those kind of things. So we are going to do the next step, which is the core of this subject, which is called coding. How to convert your flowchart, your pseudocode, your algorithm into programming code. And you need to learn some basics before you start writing the codes. So it is writing a program, even in Java or C or other programming languages, is a systematic task. And for this subject you are going to cover C++. And now at the very first beginning you are having a problem, and you are going to design a flowchart for this program, for this problem. After that you are going to implement an intermediate code that is a rough code, that is not a complete code. Your program doesn't work if you have only the intermediate code. You are just converting the flowchart into intermediate code, then you are going to face some error, then you are going to add the details and correct the errors to have the complete code. So at the beginning you are having the problem and you are implementing a complete code in order to make your program runs correctly. Okay, this is how you are converting a flowchart into a programming code. This is an intermediate code. This program is not having the ability to run. It's not the compiler gives you some error because it is called an intermediate C++ code. And what happens, you have the flowchart, and this program is the representation of this flowchart. So the start is starting when you are starting your flowchart here. By using void main you can start writing your code. This void main and this bracket which indicates the starting point of your program. Then you are reading A, you are saying C in A, and read B, C in B, and calculate the result. C equals to A multiplied by B, and then display the result C out C. So C in C++ is used to read data, while the C out is used to produce an output or print an output. And this bracket indicates the ending of your program, but however this program is not working because it's not completed yet. Here, when you are running this program, it gives you those errors. The compiler is giving you those errors. What are those errors? The first one, it says undefined symbol C in. This C in, it says undefined symbol. Why? Because the compiler doesn't recognize it. You need to do something else before using C in. Even this one, it doesn't recognize symbol A. Look, this A, it doesn't recognize symbol B, even C, even C out, even retain, doesn't recognize anything. So in order to do that, you need to write a complete program. What is complete programming? A complete program is as follows. So you need to hash include iostream.h. This is a library which helps the compiler to recognize the C in and the C out. Okay, it contains those functions which are related to C in and C out. Then you are starting your program, and in the previous one the compiler told you that it is not the A is not recognized. Why? Because you didn't register it A. You need to register it. Okay, int. This int is representing integer. You are giving A an integer value. Okay, so now it is registered, it is declared, it is defined. Okay, and B and C. Then C out, this is something you can say anything you are writing in C out is going to be, if it is between those two double quotations, is going to be written as same it is. Then you are saying C in A, so it allows the user to enter the data, and then into a into b, and then c equals to a multiplied by b, and then see out the result is, so we are saying c. But those things which you can be appeared, which you want to be appeared as the way it is written, needs to be between two double brackets. Okay guys, here we have an example, and it tells you finding the average of three numbers. The flowchart is being given: start, read n1, n2, n3, and the average equals to calling this function, which takes the average of those three parameters which is been given by the program, and print the average. And this is the function itself, as we have talked about them before. Okay, at the beginning we are implementing an intermediate code of the main flowchart. Okay, so start, void main, and this bracket, so c in n1, n2, n3, and we are calling average equals to average n1, n2, and n3. We are calling this function as this way, and we are going to see out average and ending the program. But how the function is implemented? So we are saying average, you are starting the function average a, b, c, those parameters inside the function, and this bracket, you are taking the summation of those three numbers, and we are calculating the result of the average of them, which is sum divided by 3, and ending the returning the result, so that this result goes to the output of this average, and it's been given to the avrg variable inside the main program. However, the complete code is like this. You need to include IOStream. So we are coming to the it's alright if you write the main program, implementing the main flowchart to the main program at the beginning or at the end of your program, it's alright. But whenever you are start running your program, the program starts from the main one. Okay, so int main, int n1, int n2, int n3, you have to define them. Float average. Why float? Because float takes the fractional parts into account as well. So see out enter three numbers, just to let the user know what does he or she enters, so he or she knows those numbers are going to be integer value, number values, not string value, no name or stuff like that. So average equals to average n1, n2, n3. Look, at this point you have been called we have called what? We have called the function average. Okay, it comes to this one: int a, int b, int 3, and those a is going to be a, b, and 3 are going to be replaced with n1 and n2 and n3 respectively. So it takes the summation of them, and the result is going to be the average of them. It returns the result to the function, and this average is going to be this result, and then see out the average is avrg, this variable. This is what is called the complete code of a C++ program.